Yo, what's going on, friends? Welcome back. How you all doing? Welcome on back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you lot are all doing well, man, and buzzing for the new season. That's right, fans are back in the stadium at Stamford Bridge. There it is, right there. Ooh, Stamford Bridge, lovely. Football's back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very, very excited. There's loads of stuff popping off. Transfer stories all over the gaff, not least involving Chelsea. We're talking about a lot today. I'm going to pop up some stats and show you some impressive things to look forward to for Thomas Tuchel in regards to the arrival of Big Rom Lukaku. Very exciting indeed. And an update on Jules Koundé. Also, of course, news all around the world of football is popping off. Lots with Barcelona and what's going on there. And, of course, Lionel Messi to Paris Saint-Germain. You can keep up with all that stories, all that stuff as well, those stories, by subscribing to Football Yannick, my other channel, where, like this channel, I do daily content talking about all these things. You can subscribe to Football Yannick by clicking the link in the description. I'm so close to my first 10,000 subscribers. I'm loving making content on there. So a big thank you to everyone who subscribed and who is enjoying the content. Très bien, mes amis. J'aime bien ça. Mwah, mwah. Alright, cool. So let's get down to it, and also drop a like on this video, subscribe to this video, and I will forever be in your debt. Kind of. Romelu Lukaku imminent. I did a video yesterday, of course, reacting to a story that was saying his medical was in Belgium yesterday. There's conflicting reports coming out since saying it is today, but it's still to be done in Belgium, and he wants to come to London as quick as possible to sign, and people are even speculating that he could play in the Super Cup. I think, personally, that's a little bit fanciful. But of course, it's fueled with the narrative of he originally being shipped out by Jose Mourinho because he missed a penalty in the Super Cup, and then he was sent away, basically. So for him to come back and, score in the Super Cup again, it would just be rife with narrative, and hey, that's Chelsea Football Club. So anyway, let's talk about Lukaku a little bit. Oop, as I just hit the mic. Hopefully that wasn't horrible for you guys. Check this out. Well, this is the defense, right? So this is Chelsea under Thomas Tuchel. Now, I think this graphic was done by the end of the season. Certainly, it was at least far along the line in Thomas Tuchel's tenure. Since he came in January the 27th, goals conceded 8. Yeah, this is probably it, actually, because I can't imagine we conceded more than 8 towards the end, because we conceded barely any. So, under Thomas Tuchel, I think, for his entire Chelsea tenure, first for goals conceded, only 8. First for clean sheets, 11. Incredible, that is incredible. Shots on target faced, first, 35. XG against, first, 78. Now, when it says errors leading to goals, this is 0, which is first, but does Tony Rudiger's own goal not count? Because that is an own goal. Technically, it's not an error that led to a goal. It's just an own goal. Anyway, this is magnificent. The two most impressive metrics here are shots on target faced and then an XG against. Because really, that's what dictates what good defense is. Not giving up any chances. And that's what Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea is good for. Not giving up any chances. But we know what the problem is. The problem is this. It's a bit small, let's make it bigger. That's what she said. Chelsea under Thomas Tuchel, goals scored 20. That's 6th place. Considering we're first for everything else, that is dismal. Shots, 2nd. So we're taking a lot of shots. Yeah, we're 2nd for shots, but 6th goals. Shots on target, we're first. We're first for shots on target, yet 6th for goals. Chances created, first. Yet 6th for actual goals. Shot conversion, 13th. And there lieth the problem, ladies and gentlemen. 13th for shot conversion. That is where the problem is. Amazing defense, amazing chance creation, poor shot conversion. No matter what people's reservations are with Romelu Lukaku, he's a big solution to that problem. Thomas Tuchel, the Chelsea manager, is a big advocate of data, or data as he says it. He always goes on about it. He looks at so much data. That is a pretty glaringly obvious piece of data that shows you what the issue is. And you've got Romelu Lukaku, who's banging goals. I've shown you on this channel before his percentile for shot conversion, for goals scored, for non-penalty goals scored. Go back and watch my video on why Romelu Lukaku's a perfect fit for Chelsea. I didn't show you these graphics in that video, but I spoke about something similar. I wanted to show you the graphics and the rankings on screen to just basically say, look, man, this is the situation. And the fact is, Romelu's developed his all-round game, but you stick him in the penalty box, he's going to convert chances, and he'll crank up that score. And if we crank up that score, dare I say, we can have a go at the Premier League title. So before we move on to the next story, what do you think? Do you think Romelu Lukaku makes Chelsea title contenders? Surely you have to drink, sorry man, hay fever. Surely it makes Chelsea title contenders. That's what Chelsea Football Club will be thinking after investing £97 million in Big Rom. Anyway, let's talk about Jules Koundé. Oh. Get there in the end, friends. This is on a website called The Sport Review, which is just mainly citing a discussion between Fabrizio Romano and Don Robbie on his YouTube channel. So shout out to him for getting Fabrizio on and giving me some subject matter for my content. Chelsea FC are closing in on a deal to sign Jules Koundé from Sevilla, according to Fabrizio Romano. So we know, I'll talk about it in a second, let's read. Chelsea FC are closing in on a deal. The Blues have been strongly linked with a move to sign the 22-year-old in recent days, and they look to bolster their options at the back ahead of a new campaign. According to the Italian reporter Romano, the Southwest London side have already agreed personal terms with the 22-year-old France defender, and now just remains for the Blues to strike a deal with Sevilla. Chelsea FC have offered Kurt Zouma as part of a part exchange deal, but so far there is no agreement from Sevilla, according to Romano. Speaking on the Don Robbie YouTube channel, Romano said, quote, "They're in talks for Koundé, they're working on it. They were including Kurt Zouma as part of their negotiation, but they've reached no agreement on the value of Zouma. Sevilla want 45 million euros plus Zouma in the deal. Interesting. Chelsea were offering 30 million to 35 million with Zouma. The value of Zouma is the problem at the moment. Let's see what happens in the coming days." I'll give you my comment on this in a second, guys. Quote, "The next one could be Koundé. They want to sign him with or without Zouma. He has an agreement of personal terms, Chelsea on a 5-year deal. He's ready to join Chelsea. After the Romelu Lukaku saga, we'll have the final answer." Yes, so this is interesting. Cool. Simon Johnson of The Athletic, as well as Fabrizio Romano here, have both said Chelsea will sign Jules Koundé, whether or not Kurt Zouma goes to Sevilla, and Koundé is ready to join Chelsea. This is one of those, like, you bet your bottom dollar deals will happen. Personally, I don't think Zouma, well, anything can change in football. 1 minute you think the football's normal, and then the next minute, Messi's playing for PSG. But, it looks like Zouma didn't want to go to Sevilla, which is fair enough. He wants to stay in London, but then again, he turned down a deal to West Ham. And if you're saying you want to stay in London, and you turn down a deal to a London club who's playing in Europe, I mean, come on, like, West Ham are a lot better than Arsenal, mate. Do you know what I mean? They're in Tottenham as well. They're in Europa League. Tottenham are in the conference, and Arsenal are at home. So there's a lot of if you turn that down, it makes you think, well, okay, fair enough. So it's interesting to see what will happen with Kurt Zouma, but Chelsea are likely to sign Jules Koundé regardless. Like, there's more than the Hakimi deal. This feels like it will happen. I think Sevilla are interested in selling. Chelsea seem to be the only people in the market right now for Jules Koundé. Tottenham did want him. They actually reached an agreement with Sevilla for the transfer of Jules Koundé to Tottenham, but Tottenham said no. He didn't want to join. Jules Koundé said no to Tottenham. He didn't want that transfer. He wanted to be playing in the Champions League. Chelsea came along and he says, yes, please, Champions of Europe. Thank you very much. I'll have some of that. So 5-year deal, terms agreed, all good. He's ready. In the words of Fabrizio Romano, he is ready to join Chelsea. And like I've said in previous videos, for those of you who are still confused by the transfer, signing a centre-back like this, a centre-back, right-back, right-sided centre-back, is a long-term planning for the eventual replacement of Cesar Azpilicueta, who's getting into his 30s now. He's perhaps less mobile. And by signing a defender, you're not just looking at making your defense better. We've just already looked at those defensive stats earlier in the video under Thomas Tuchel. They're immaculate. First for everything, basically. So it's not like, oh, we are not defending well, we need a defender. It's bringing in a footballer, an outfield player that affects the entire way you play. Like I said before, playing out of the back, advancing forward with the ball, he can do that very well. And just basically looking at how you work in transition. And of course, the defenders are a big part of that because they release the ball, they see the pitch, they see the plan in their head, they got to think 2 moves ahead. And, presumably, Thomas Tuchel sees that in Koundé because it's a Thomas Tuchel transfer target. So he likes him. He's a really good passing centre-back. He's really good at pressing off the ball. We looked at his stats on FBref. He's very good at pressures. He's very good at all forms of passing. He'll be very good in this Thomas Tuchel side. I'm not saying I want Cesar Azpilicueta thrown out immediately. I'm not saying Jules Koundé will start immediately. But it's a very good player that the manager wants, who's just won Chelsea the Managers League. I can't talk today. The Champions League. So you got to back him. That's what you got to do here. And the positive thing about this, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, is Chelsea Football Club are backing the manager big time. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all worried about that when no transfers were happening. Like, we're like, he's just won us the Champions League in difficult climate and was parachuted in January and all this kind of stuff. And we've not buying him any players. Do you know what I mean? But now it's like, oh yeah, we've just broken our transfer record, spent best part of 100 million on Lukaku. He gets one of his defenders. And, now it's a little bit more understandable while he's all been like smiles and laughter in the pre-season camp. Because I thought this guy would be losing the rest of his hair. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking like Yannick pre-hair transplant. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. It's big stories. The stats look very positive for Lukaku. Do you think we can win the league with him? Also, talk to me about Jules Koundé. How do you feel about it? And what do you feel about the season? Go start up the conversation in the comment section. Let's get some people talking down there. I appreciate that. And if you want to help me in the YouTube algorithm, please do drop a like and subscribe and bell notifications icon. And just before I go, ladies and gentlemen, I will take a second just to plug my other channel, because if you enjoy my content and you come back here daily, firstly, you should be subscribed to this channel, but if you do enjoy this content daily, you should check out the other channel, because I'm talking all things footy, mate, and it's a lot of fun, and personally, I really enjoy it because it's something a little bit different for me, and therefore you get, a different side to me, and surely you would want that. Maybe. Anyway, friends, thanks for hanging out with me. Hope you guys are doing well. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.